Welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, we're going to do a quick install on putting a dash camera on my Avalon right here. We're going to be doing it with a power source right on the console so we don't have any unsightly wires and anything plugged into a cigarette lighter. So stay tuned. So I'm going to be installing this Rove dash camera right here using power up by the mirror. So what I'm going to do is I've got this right here, this socket. It's just a 12-volt socket. You can just cut this off one of the splitters that you can buy on Amazon. And I hooked up these leads to it that I'm going to be using and connecting to power, which is just a ground and switch power. I'm going to have my power source right into here, and that way I can power this thing on. And that's pretty much all you need to do just to get the power. But in order to get that power, you need to find out on your particular car where the switch power source is. So on the Avalon, I know exactly where I'm gonna be pulling from, and I'll show you guys how to do it today. So for the power for the dash camera, we're gonna be pulling a circuit right down here. From down there, we're gonna tap that wire, run it all the way through the pillar right here. I'm gonna try to pull this pillar out, run the wire so it's away from the airbag, up around over to here to the center console right here where we're going to be making the connection. So to put that cigarette lighter adapter up here for the camera, we're going to go ahead and pop this thing down right here. It's a pretty easy pull off this thing to get access there, and then we can do all the wiring behind there, tuck everything away, pull the USB cord out there. So to remove this thing, all you have to do is just put your fingers into there or use like a little clip popper like this, tuck it down there, and then just basically just force it down because it's only held on by some clips right above the ceiling. So you could do it basically with one hand like I just did. So you can see right there, there's 4 clips that just pop right into the ceiling, and it's pretty easy right there just to remove it. Once we do that, we just want to disconnect this wire. In order to fish that wire over here across this thing, we need to get into this pillar right here to tuck the wire in. The pillar comes out pretty easily. You could just pop this thing off right here, and then it all just pops right out. So what you can do is just get a little pry tool, tuck it right under here, and then just kind of pull it out. It doesn't go all the way out without kind of getting into there, because this is designed to just stay like this when the airbag deploys, because the airbag goes this way. So you actually have to put a little flathead or something right here, turn that little black thing in order to disconnect and dislodge this thing so you can pull it out. You got needle nose, so you just want to gently just turn this thing and get it in between. Just pull it out. Not careful not to break it. So once that's loose, I tucked into the dash, so I'll just leave it at that. But right now we have access to everything back here that we can play with and pull some wires through. Just to confirm before we start, I'm gonna go multimeter just to see. Turn the car on. So right there, it turns on to 12 volts. I was able to run everything down, get it right behind everything there, tuck it behind the plastic, and then get it behind the metal right here down to the bottom. Go ahead, tap that in, solder it up, put some electrical tape and seal it up. So if you guys saw my previous video on doing the mirror, so I already ran this wire up to here. I'm gonna go ahead and just solder that positive wire from the outlet here onto the same harness here for the mirror, and then go ahead and heat shrink that together. And we'll go ahead and connect the ground also, and we should be good. Down here for that little harness, I unplugged it so I could work on it. I already went ahead and spliced it right there. So I've got it all ready. We just go ahead and just tuck it right here, put the USB in, and then just run the USB power and cable down so we can hook up the camera. So I went ahead, put the power and everything here. I'm gonna go ahead and route the USB. There's actually a little notch on my car right here. That's perfect for where the camera is gonna go. So we're gonna put it over here. So you gotta keep in mind where you wanna put the camera, especially if you put it behind the mirror like I do. The auto dimming mirror, you gotta check the back of it where the eye is and make sure you're doing it on the opposite side of the eye. You don't wanna block that eye or else your auto dimming won't work. So to place the camera, you wanna make sure you have, especially if you have a tint strip right here, you wanna make sure that your camera isn't blocked by that tint strip, and then you want to just basically have it where it's covered by the mirror and you don't see it behind the mirror. So you want to do that before you peel the 3M tape and stick it to it. I'm gonna wipe it down with some alcohol before I put on that 3M tape and stick it right here. All right, like I said earlier, we want to make sure we get it right behind here where the mirror sits, right below, kind of blocking the view. Luckily I have this tint strip on this bubble stuff. Usually it's very hard to stick to this bubble stuff and have the 3M tape actually stay. We just go ahead and peel this out, find the spot we want, and then just make sure everything's good. Aim the mirror. The mirror's there, so it's out of the field of view. So that's pretty good right there. Go ahead and just press down on this. And that should be pretty good right there with the 3M tape. Let it set. Plug this baby in. Go ahead and adjust your angle on here. Pretty simple install right there. Yeah, that looks good right there. Barely in my field of view, right behind the mirror, and we're nice and installed. Hey guys, thanks for joining me on this quick video on installing that dash camera on here. As you can see, hardwiring a dash camera, especially if you already have a home link or wiring above your console, is very easy to do, especially on these Toyotas. It's a 2-wire connection, and if you're good at soldering, you can make it happen and make it really clean looking as I did. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, turn on bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. For all these different DIY projects, if I can do it, you guys can do it. I want to thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys next time.